University of Iowa loves the game of football so much that it was willing to invest $89 million into their stadium. When the fans and the team swarm the field for the 2019 season, they'll see new bathrooms, bleachers, and a renovated scoreboard. For what? For the love of the game of football. $360 million. The love for children and the belief that they should be given the very best medical care is what led this hospital to expand and build this incredible brand new Stead Family Children's Hospital. $360 million? Why? Well, because of the love and the passion for the next generation. Why? Because of the vision for the future and because of a belief in a cause greater than themselves. If the Iowa Hawkeyes believed in football enough to spend that kind of money on their facility to expand and grow their cause, their sport, and if the Children's Hospital believed in bettering the medical care and the facility at the Stead Family Children's Hospital, when I think about this teeny tiny little room with no air conditioning, with nasty floors and nasty woodwork in an old tiny little room, half the size of one room at the Children's Hospital, but yet we put 30 kids in here, our children, and children that God has called us to reach. And as I think about the entire balcony or third floor, and the people that God wants us to reach, I say this is not good enough. And so with that, I introduce to you the 2018 Renovation and Expansion Project at the Marion Avenue Baptist Church. Beyond the broad vision of growth and stepping out by faith to see what God is going to do through this church, I want to give you 3 practical reasons why we need this renovation and expansion project on the 3rd floor of Marion Avenue Baptist Church. First of all, it's space. There is no more space in all of our properties at Marion Avenue Baptist Church. We have 30 kids crammed into a small room. There's no kid zone at Marion Avenue Baptist Church that's sharp and first class and efficient space. In the First Love young couples, the drive-in young couples, we sit out in the hallway many times, cram-packed in little chairs, and people don't even want to come. If they come late to class, they don't want to come in because there's not enough room. And the In Harmony class is crammed in small little rooms and not enough space at all. We don't have space at Marion Avenue to have a bigger class and more room. So it is vital that we have this renovation and expansion because of space. Secondly, we need the renovation and the expansion. God has laid this upon our heart through much prayer because of the HVAC issue. Every time we heat our auditorium for every service, every event, we have to heat the balcony that's only used on Sunday morning. This is an incredible waste of God's money. We have to hang window units out the window on a Sunday morning in July when it's 100 degrees and we still cannot get it cool enough. The kids are hot and they're sweating and they're fanning themselves. They're crammed into a small room. The adult classes it's not a good testimony because the visitors are coming in and it's hot. We can't cool it down. In the wintertime, we're using the old boiler system, and sometimes it doesn't get warm enough early enough, and it bangs and it's loud, and then it gets too hot, and it's unbelievable what a terrible waste of God's resources the HVAC system is. So in this building renovation and expansion project, we would have an entire zone of first-class, state-of-the-art, air-conditioned and heat. That could be a great resource and a great investment of God's money. And then third, what an embarrassment this 3rd floor is. If you were to walk with me and take a tour with me, you would see the nastiness of this 3rd floor. We've tried to put paint on the walls and make it look nice. But even little things like outlets and lighting fixtures and the crumbling walls and the nasty woodwork and the windows, and it's a really nasty, embarrassing space that is not good enough for the cause of Christ. So first of all, we need the expansion. Second of all, the HVAC, which we have to gut it out and expand if we're going to install HVAC in here. But then that third is an important cause to make it look state of the art. If you look at our foyer with the glass and the floor and the brick, the rooms would look absolutely beautiful. They would be outfitted with the state of the art technology as far as all the outlets and places to put screens for PowerPoints and different things within the classes and all of the nice lighting, and what a beautiful, beautiful area this would be. Come along on a journey. Let me explain what this 2018 expansion and renovation project could look like. Here in the overflow part of the auditorium, the slope is much steeper than in the front part of the auditorium. What that means is we can lower this part of the overflow to match the slope in the front part of the auditorium. What that will do is allow us a lot more headroom for the third floor expansion. So that leads us to looking at what we could do with this wall that goes around the back of the overflow. This can now come out and above the overflow, giving us the expansion that is so needed. So imagine with me here, where we walk into the overflow from the foyer, that now this will come out and open, and you'll walk out into the new third floor expansion. Also imagine with me on the front of this, about right in here, the front wall of this, which would be a hallway on the inside leading into these classrooms. Imagine the front wall being all glass, floor to ceiling. What this does is for Christmas plays and for events and for when the door's up on a Sunday morning, it'll be soundproof in for the classes, but mothers with children who might be crying and they want to keep them in a service can sit in that cry room. During the Christmas play, we can run operations, whether it be video or whether it be extra seating, or a number of things can look through this glass wall right into the auditorium. Yes, the crowd will be sitting underneath a lower ceiling, but we'll have nice bright lighting underneath that ceiling and proper speakers to make it the best space possible. So as we enter into our little coffee corner, I want you to imagine with me right here, you will walk out into another hallway. It will expand out over the overflow. Just imagine what this is going to do, for instance, to the First in Harmony class, which could also double on Wednesday and Sunday nights for meeting rooms, conference rooms, and special meeting rooms, in that there would be a big double French door here, big opening right here that will enter into this class. There'll be brand new windows like the windows that are in our new office. We'll use those old stained glass windows to replace and make more beautiful the windows in the auditorium. So we'll have nice state-of-the-art windows there, HVAC, nice remodel. So now instead of the class just being right there, the class will come all the way out even beyond this wall into a huge room, double the size that it is now. And when you come with me, we could replicate this, obviously bigger, wider foyers, because it'll be out over the balcony. The rooms will all be remodeled, completely gutted. The In Harmony class, instead of it being long and narrow like it is now, I would now be standing in the class and we'll push it all the way out to a large, huge class. I'm very, very pleased to announce that we'll be doing a brand new kids zone. And the kids zone you'll come up from the other side or from this side, and this whole half will be a kids zone expanded out over the overflow. There'll be a check-in area. It'll be as nice, if not nicer, than our nurseries downstairs. I'm excited for you to come along, get on board, take a step of faith, and watch what God's going to do in the renovation and expansion project this year. So the project would include a large expansion, all new HVAC, as well as a complete new remodel. It would be absolutely beautiful, and it is the proper and next step to take for growth at Marion Avenue Baptist Church, and it's needed now. We believe that to do this project, when we cut out all of the boiler pipes heating system upstairs, that it will compromise our old boiler enough that we're going to need to do all HVA system zones throughout this floor as well, which would include the auditorium and the overflow. We would also do HVAC through all the administrative offices, including the Senior Saints room. Would you get on board for this incredible project? Would you believe in the cause? Would you step out by faith and say, God, I believe, I have passion, and I want to watch what you're going to do to make this the best that it can be for the cause of Christ.